TRT World's executive producer, Tanya Goudsouzian, has written extensively about Afghanistan. She recently interviewed for us the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani. So this news, which is still not officially confirmed, seems to be what we've been waiting for many, many, many years. The Afghan Taliban, as I say, had that one aim, and it seems now likely to become possible. How has this happened?
Well, as you said, it's what we're hearing. We're hearing tweets from U.S. envoy Zalmay Khalilzad saying excellent progress has been made, but we haven't really heard any concrete decisions having been made. We haven't had a withdrawal announcement yet. We haven't had a ceasefire. We haven't had. So what we're looking at right now is the U.S. envoy has gone to New Delhi for presumably consultations on, because these are, at the end of the day, Afghanistan is still a proxy battlefield. There are many, many stakeholders, so he needs to get buy-in from the neighbors. At the moment, we don't really have a concrete deal yet. We only have reports that progress is being made.
Okay, clearly Donald Trump wants American troops to come home because he's going to be facing a re-election next year. But in terms of the Taliban, if that desire is then delivered upon, where does the group go from there? Because now saying that don't take part in this election that's coming up, if it doesn't want a democracy in Afghanistan, what does it want?
Exactly. This morning, the Taliban spokesman issued a communique basically saying that these elections are theatrical, they're a ruse, they're a ploy. They called on the Afghan people to boycott the process and even issued a warning basically saying if you are found at any of the gatherings, any election rallies, you are potentially a target. So this is very much a warning. I mean, at stake is, yes, there's about 17,000 foreign troops in Afghanistan at the moment. The bulk of them are U.S. troops, about 14,000 of them. And when we say U.S. withdrawal, it's not really a withdrawal, it's a reduction of troops. They're talking about pulling back 6,000 troops, leaving behind about 8,000. Now, in my conversations with the Afghan Defense Minister, Asadullah Khalid, what he said was, look, let's not call this a withdrawal. It's just a reduction of numbers. We're looking at cutting away the fat, getting rid of the excessive characters who don't really serve much of a strategic function. They are keeping behind the core staff that is needed. Much of the fighting on the ground is done by the Afghan National Security Forces. In fact, in recent months, they've kind of shifted their strategy going from defensive to offensive, and the Afghan president said as much. He stressed, look, the situation on the ground isn't black and white. The Taliban do not control a single city, and out of 400 districts, they control, what, only 22. So, so the U.S. troop reduction isn't really going to make such a drastic difference. What is important to keep in mind is the fact that there are reports of a rift between Taliban commanders on the ground and the Taliban negotiators. What guarantee do we have that the Taliban commanders on the ground will respect a peace deal? Sure. This gives us reason for pause.
Food for thought. Yes. Right. Tanya, thank you very much indeed. Thanks for clearing it up. Of course, we'll wait for the official public confirmation of what's being leaked out from Doha. Thanks a lot.